Have you ever looked up at those massive fluffy clouds and thought, how do clouds stay in the sky? They look so heavy, like they should fall straight down. But somehow, they just float. They're calmly drifting above us. Here's the twist. A single cloud can weigh over 1,000,000 pounds, yet it doesn't fall. So what's really holding it up there? To understand how clouds stay in the air, we first need to know what they actually are. Clouds aren't made of smoke or cotton. They're made of tiny droplets of water and ice crystals, each so small and light that gravity barely affects them. Imagine billions of microscopic water droplets, each about 1/100th the width of a human hair, all suspended in the air like invisible dust. But wait, if they're made of water, why don't they just fall as rain? Here's where it gets fascinating. Warm air rises. As it goes higher, the air gets cooler. When it cools enough, the water vapor in it condenses into those tiny droplets forming clouds. The surrounding air keeps rising underneath, creating a gentle upward push that balances the weight of the droplets. That upward motion, called a convective current, is what helps clouds stay up. Think of it like this. The sky is a giant, invisible dance floor, and warm air keeps lifting the clouds like a slow, graceful waltz. When the air stops rising or gets too cold, the droplets combine, grow heavier, and fall as rain. So in a way, clouds float only as long as the air beneath them keeps them lifted. But here's something most people don't realize. Not all clouds float the same way. The big, puffy cumulus clouds you see on sunny days are made of warm, buoyant air. They rise high and stay fluffy because the upward currents below are strong. Meanwhile, the flat gray stratus clouds often seen before rain, they spread out low in the sky, where the air is cooler and heavier, so they kind of hover more than float. If you've ever flown on an airplane through a cloud, you might have noticed it's not thick like cotton knits, more like mist. You pass through it in seconds. That's because most clouds are surprisingly thin, spreading across miles of sky but only a few 100 meters thick. They seem solid from below, but inside, it's just water and air light enough to be carried by the wind. And here's the rewatch-worthy part. Even though clouds float, they're constantly changing shape and altitude. They grow, shrink, and disappear as the air temperature and humidity shift, like living sculptures made of air and water. So next time you see clouds drifting above, you're really watching a balance of gravity, heat, and motion, a delicate tug-of-war happening in the open sky. Here's a question for you. If clouds can weigh millions of pounds yet still float, what other impossible things in nature might just need the right conditions to work? If you enjoyed learning why clouds stay up, don't forget to like, subscribe, and keep exploring the sky above you, because sometimes the biggest mysteries are floating right over our heads.